Rumble is this Sunday, and what looks to be a version of TagTeamaMania on here. All these tag team matches on here out of nowhere, really. But good news for the people in, before we start, there's good news for people in Ireland and in the UK. The network is finally in the UK and in Ireland, which I'm confused. I thought Ireland was a part of the United Kingdom, but I mean, at least part of that banner, I guess. But I guess not. So it just, but it's not a big deal. At least I thought at first. I'm like, yeah, well, let's get them on there. First of all, let's go into these matches here. Mostly the tag ones here, because I think that's the only ones we really need to go over is the tag matches. There's actually 4 counting the pre-show here. We've already went over the Undisputed title match, so let's go over the first one, which is the Ascension versus the New Age Outlaws, which is a very big surprise to me. New Age Outlaws came out on Raw, along with the APA and the NWO, consisting of Kevin Nash, who had that situation with his son, and that got all cleared up so he could show up on Raw, Scott Hall, and X-Pac. But big surprise was the APA coming back to me, but this is great. I mean, for those who don't know who the Ascension are, they are honestly one of the greatest tag teams in NXT until you bring them up and do the fucking Road Warrior thing, saying you're better than the Road Warriors, better than this tag team. There's no doubt in the future they might be as good as them. Who knows? But just this is like what, your fifth week on 4th, 6th, or 7th week, whatever, on the main roster, and you're already saying you're the greatest tag team of all time. It just turns me off a little bit because it's ridiculous. And to be fair, when I had the Ascension, and when I first saw them in FCW, when that was still around, as a stable, I considered it the Undertaker of a stable, or the Undertaker of a tag team, even with Connor and Victor. I honestly thought when they first showed up with their music and all this stuff, and the way they just acted in general, it was the Undertaker of tag team. It was the Undertaker was a tag team gimmick. You'd have to go far back and see what I mean in that, but if you wanted to actually go back and see those matches, you could see just the interest, everything, the charisma, everything there. It's like the Undertaker of a tag team, which there actually was a tag team back in the day called the Undertakers, which is, I guess, probably not well known at all, but it has happened before, so it's possible that this could happen again just now. But and my voice is not the best, so I apologize if I crack a lot more, or just sound a little more gruffy or whatever. But honestly, this match, I don't know what to do in this match, really, because as much as I want the New Age Outlaws to win, as much as I want that to happen, the Ascension, the only reason this match is made because if they beat the Outlaws, then that's a credible tag team they've beaten, and that could push them up even higher up the card than they already are, working with these legends like New Age Outlaws, the APA, or NWO, or I mean, it's better than any other of the tag teams in the other divisions. I mean, hell, look at the other tag team matches and fuck. I mean, maybe work with Mizdow and Miz, but or the tag champs, or whoever. But God, this is the best, probably best case scenario for these guys, is to face the Outlaws. If anything, I would love to see the Outlaws win this match, but knowing WWE, they just brought these guys up at their pay-per-view debut, and you want to make them look strong in their debut. So, regardless if they win or lose, if something's going to happen that's going to make this team worthwhile. And then we go to the shit match, I mean the kickoff, as we have the Blue Day of fucking Kofi Kingston, Biggie Langston, and Xavier Woods against the makeshift tag team of Swiss Facts, Party Time, whatever the fuck they are. I don't even know what to fucking call them. Tyson Kidd, Adam Rose, and Cesaro. But that is, past few weeks I'm trying to figure out what to call these guys. I mean, it's just so weird having these 3 guys in the same team. I would rather have this match just be like Cesaro and Kidd against 2 of the New Day. That would make better sense here, and just have Rose and the other New Day guy in a singles match later on. Or have that match, the singles match, be the kickoff. That would have been better. And then you have the New Day and these guys. But it makes no sense to me. Why is Adam Rose even in this to begin with? I mean, okay, now he's heel now, so there's no more Bunny or whatever. Or maybe the Bunny's still there, I don't fucking know. But he fucking gave the Bunny a fucking, just kicked him the curve, and then Kane gave him 2 tombstones, so why not just get rid of the fucking Bunny at this point? I love the Bunny, but this is, I don't even know why this match is happening. I'm just confused, if anything. This is pretty much a piss break match right now. Look at it. I mean, and I hate saying that about Cesaro, but the other 5 people in the match, it makes no sense to me. Why would you fucking do this? It makes no fucking sense at all. But if I had to pick a winner, I would have to go the New Day just because they're on a roll lately. And then TagTeamaMania continues with not a title defense, but a Divas tag team match, which I mean, I don't know why this is a tag match, but I would have rather see Paige and Natalya go for the title here, since they both had wins over the champion. It would make sense to do that, but nonetheless, the lesbianese, that's a hard word to say, lesbianese storyline of Natalya and Paige facing the Bella Twins. So Nikki is not defending the title, obviously, in this match, but I just don't get the booking here. The booking, I mean, the past few matches, I mean, the Outlaws thing's the only thing that makes sense so far. And to me, it just doesn't make sense. Why would you do this? Why would you not have the title on the line of the Royal Rumble? I mean, hell, why, you have enough divas, why don't you do a fucking Diva Rumble or something, like a 20 or 15 Diva Rumble or something, bring back some old faces. You have NXT divas that are waiting to come up. You can use them like you use NXT guys in the actual Rumble, but which we'll get to a little later. But to me, it makes no sense. Why would you not have this match a title match of the Rumble? Unless you're saving something for next pay-per-view, which after this I think is Fastlane or whatever it's called. So you could just do that instead. But unless they're building to that, that's the only way I could see this tag match. I don't mind a tag match with the Divas. I don't mind it. It just doesn't make sense here, because both of these Divas beat the champion, and you would think that would mean they would get a title shot. I just don't get it. Regardless, I would love to see Paige and Natalya actually work together and win the match. But the Bellas have been a tag team more than these two have been, unless you're counting indie shows. But if anything, the Bellas will win this match just based on experience alone. And then we have the tag team match for the tag team titles, the TagTeamaMania Royal Rumble. Why don't you have a fucking tag rumble at this point? You have so many tag matches. I don't understand why there's so many fucking tag matches here. It's the Usos who miraculously have the belts against Miz and Mizdow. This match would pretty much be a piss break if it wasn't for Mizdow. And as much as I would want Miz and Mizdow to win the belts, this could be the perfect time for the Usos to pick up a win. At the same time, start the separation process of Miz and Mizdow. As much as I hate doing that, that's how I would book this, really. You know, it's the only thing that makes sense to me. And then finally, the Royal Rumble match. And there are I think there's new people in the match, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's new people in the match, I think. I just want to make sure before I say that. Yes, there are new people in the match. The only thing concerning the Royal Rumble, though, that's different compared to the new people in the match is Daniel Bryan. His spot is on the line tonight in SmackDown. So, it depends if Daniel Bryan actually beats Kane. Kane is also in the Rumble, so I don't know what would happen in that instance, but I don't know if Daniel Bryan, maybe this is what that fucking billboard was about earlier today. Just get rid of Bryan and then have Reigns win the Rumble. And they're having on a fucking billboard, why not do that? But let's just say we didn't see the billboard, and it's probably all over the news, wrestling wise. So if you haven't seen it, you'll see it. If not, I'd probably try and find a try and find some form of a link put on in the description somewhere. But let's just go with the list of people that we have not talked about in the Rumble. Big Show, I don't think, is someone we talked about, and Big Show actually entered himself in a unique way. I think he did it in a promo, and then Kane came into the same promo and entered himself too. So it was very weird how they entered themselves in a Rumble. But Big Show, I mean, it's a tough pick for Big Show, because logically you would try to get rid of the big man in the Rumble. So Big Show would not last long, but it depends on the number he gets. Same goes for Kane. Kane had his record broken last year by Roman Reigns of most eliminations since 2001 in a single Rumble. So Kane will probably, if anything, Kane might make the final 5 or final 8 or 10 maybe. But it depends. Will he beat his old record now held by Roman Reigns? It's possible. Will he win the Rumble? No, I don't think so. And then we have The Miz and Mizdow. And this is where it gets interesting, because if Miz gets eliminated, you would assume that Mizdow would eliminate himself, being the stunt double and all. Like, for the past few months, he's been duplicating moves of The Miz and selling like The Miz and all this other shit. This would be the perfect time for Mizdow to break free of The Miz. Let's just play devil's advocate. They lose a tag match for the tag titles. Let's just say that happens. And then later in the night, Miz and Mizdow are in the ring at the same time. Miz gets eliminated. Mizdow does not sell the elimination. He does not eliminate himself, because that would be stupid. This is WrestleMania on the line right here. So this would be the perfect time for Mizdow to actually break free of Miz and win the Royal Rumble at the same time. I doubt that will happen. I really doubt that will happen, but anything can happen here. Miz winning the matches that's a done deal. It's not going to happen. There's no way in hell the Miz will win the Rumble. If it does, I will actually stop watching wrestling until after WrestleMania. There's no way the Miz will win the Rumble. No fucking way. Miz, on the other hand, has a good chance of doing so. And finally, R-Truth is finally out of JTG status, meaning he actually had a match recently against Rusev that fucking got destroyed. But he's in the Rumble. Will he win the Rumble? No. But will he make his impact? You bet he will. And there'll be more Rumble things later on in the weekend, just because I know they will add more people to the match on SmackDown. And we'll see what happens from there. But the Rumble is this Sunday, and this is a giant clusterfuck of a thing right here. This makes no sense. The booking makes no sense, but will people watch it? $9.99. Hell of a steal.